the defense has an opportunity to cross-examine this witness, I imagine they're going to say, well, you did have other drivers, right? You could have called another driver to make that delivery, and trying to suggest, and this is something that I thought about at the beginning of the trial, how did Erica Stefanko definitively know that Ashley Biggs would arrive at that location? Unless she worked at the Domino's and knew the ins and outs, that's something I think the defense could explore. I'm curious what you think about that.
I think that's probably the only place the defense can really go at this point. It's curious to me that the murderer was a male, but the caller was a female. I don't know, that's going to have to be explained at some point. Who was it that placed that call, if not Erica? What is the defense's theory on that? Very curious about what they have to say about that, or if they contend it's a lie and that Chad Cobb placed that call. I would expect defense counsel to cross-examine Mr. Travis and say, are you positive it was a male? Are you positive it was a female? How sure are you? How busy were you? How many other orders were you handling at the same time? How many other people were with you in that room? Who assigned Ashley? And when you assigned Ashley, were you under instructions from an anonymous tip to sender out there, or was it just a random placement? I think that the highlighting the randomness of what occurred that night would be helpful. And then what would be hurtful to the defense, I think, would be if it was very clear that Ashley always took the last runs. Everyone knew it. It's a small Domino's, a small town. There were only two people inside at that time, the manager and Ashley. That would be really hurtful for the defense's case as well. But I'm still struck and shook by Mr. Travis's testimony, or rather Chad Cobb's testimony the day before, that he was in all camo gear when Erica and gang dropped him off at that deserted business place. I'd be very curious to see what Erica actually thought when she dropped her husband off in full camo gear. I suspect it will be very difficult to convince the jury that there was going to be some sort of pleasant discussion about the pending custody matter. That's going to be a difficult factor.
And on top of the fact that you have those recorded conversations between the defendant and her former mother-in-law, where she seemingly knew exactly what the plan was and said she was a part of it and did her part.